Oh, look how natural and beautiful this is.
That's a 70-year-old man in the mirror. And that's why I do this. If I saw a 70-year-old man in the mirror, I'd quit this tomorrow.
After years in solitude, Robert has decided to appear in public as Sherry at a gathering of fellow maskers in Minneapolis.
Yeah, totally natural. Nothing to see here. No mental health issues at all. As clearly the conversation in the United States definitely is getting pretty weird. Specifically about the latest event that just happened in Middle America, where a Catholic school was targeted by a lunatic. Now, was that lunatic motivated by Islam, as some people are claiming now? Or was it right-wing political ideology? Or was it left-wing political ideology? What was it? It's pretty clear it was evil and satanic. But it looks like there's a couple memes, there's a couple trolls, there's a couple lores surrounding the particular story that has captivated the nation today that I think are worth looking into, as we are going to be going over some of the live updates, as well as covering all the other stuff happening in the news today, as there's a lot of different things happening, including Sandwich Thrower Man that has been exonerated. What in the world's going on here? As we have Sicko Stu waking up with more idiots saying just awfully stupid things about this situation. All of this while Cracker Barrel capitulated. Is it enough? As now we're going to also bring back UFOs. What in the world's going on here? We're going to try to make sense of that with a news report talking about all the news that's breaking and developing in the making of this particular video. If you appreciate these types of videos, subscribe, click the notification button, as the latest we are getting from this crazy, hectic, traumatic news day, specifically with this heavily armed assailant that wrote weird messages on his tools that he used in order to hurt small Catholic children with. Just like very similar to a lot of other events that have transpired in similar matters in what some would say could be linked to MK Ultra style type of events that are meant to galvanize and traumatize the American public into acquiescence here. Now, there's a bunch of people that were wounded, but it looks like a lot of people are going to be surviving this mishap, and it's not going to be as devastating as we thought it would be. Now, it looks like this lunatic wrote a whole bunch of convoluted, wild messages on his tools, including shouting out other shooters that committed atrocious acts against innocent people. We saw one particular madman that was depicted very favorably in his journal, in his kind of manifesto here, as we also found out that he paid homage to Breivik. He also paid homage to Muhammad Atta. He paid homage to a lot of people by putting their names on his rifle. Now, a lot of people are saying, oh no, he's clearly an Islamist. Listen, I don't think the Islamists are going to be claiming this one, as it looks like he was trolling a bunch of people too. As you look at his kind of manifesto, you look at the video. As a lot of people are now also posting a lot of fake stuff there, but clearly the messaging of someone deranged, insane, crazy, that has a lot of mixed messages here. Now, Cassandra McDonald says, the Israeli complaints are the, quote, terrorism, the words, quote, he just took out Catholic kids. As we have a lot of Israelis are saying, hey, this is all about us. They're not really saying that. There's some of them are, but this is what a lot of people are saying, that, hey, he said bad words on his rifle, therefore he was coming after the Jewish people. In reality, he went after the Catholic. I think his actions speak louder than his kind of deranged, unhinged, crazy writings and his manifesto and his videos that he released here. Now, there's other people that are responding to this in very interesting ways, not just trying to make it all about themselves or their protected group of people. And again, it's kind of sick. It's kind of twisted. Like, it's all about us. Like, oh, geez. Like, really? Can we just like take a step back and try to like respect the people that were hurt here? Can we just try to respect the life loss? Can we try to just like not make it about anything that's political here? As Jen Psaki, former spokesperson for the Obama administration, came out and says, prayers is not freaking enough. Prayers does not end these type of incidences. Prayers do not make parents feel safe sending their kids to school. Prayers do not bring these kids back. Enough with the thoughts and prayers. And then previous, she's like, thoughts and prayers, Steve Scalia. Okay. All right, we got it. As we had the mayor of the town also saying, enough with the thoughts and prayers. This is the lieutenant governor of Minnesota, by the way. As now the conversation has really gotten interesting, to say the least here, as it's pretty clear that America is dealing with a major mental health crisis, a pretty severe one. One that I don't think is going away. I think it's only going to be made worse. Now, before talking about that and talking about the weird kind of references to a lot of other people who hurt innocent people, before talking about what I think really is the big takeaway here, we wanted to tell you about wearechange.shop, where we got great products like creatine available, 2-month supply, $53. Dr. Rhonda Patrick, I was just on Instagram, and I just heard her say this about creatine, which is fascinating and important. And ever since I started to get into it, and I'm like, wow, this stuff is amazing. And in the beginning, there was a lot of disinformation. They're like, oh, it's going to make you lose your hair. Hair's okay. Hair's pretty good. I'm balding, but I'm pretty good. Always have been balding, but I'm kind of balding less than I ever did before, which is interesting, because I'm taking a lot of creatine. I'm working out a lot. I'm feeling great. I'm feeling good. Sometimes, if I'm feeling sleep deprived, I had a really insane workout yesterday. Exhausted. Self-defense, tactical training workout, by the way. Exhausted. I'm taking a little bit extra creatine, right? Because I'm exhausted. My sleep wasn't that good. You're not supposed to do vigorous exercise, but I just couldn't help myself yesterday. But this is what she had to say, which is very important surrounding creatine.
If you supplement with 10 grams of creatine, or even go higher than that, like 20 grams of creatine, how does that affect cognitive function, right? And it's been found that if you take someone and you sleep deprive them for 21 hours and give them about 25 to 30 grams of creatine, it completely negates the cognitive deficits of sleep deprivation. Actually, not only does it negate the cognitive deficits of sleep deprivation, it makes people function better than if they were well rested.
Huh. Interesting. As of course, I tested this out myself because I travel with creatine. I literally put it in a little white baggie. It looks very suspicious. But I travel with it everywhere because I'm like, traveling disrupts your circadian rhythm, especially when I went over to Poland. And I was like, I'm going to just double up on all the creatine I could get. Coming back was a little bit more rougher, but then I was like, okay, creatine, give me the creatine. I got the creatine. I feel so much better. I felt so much more amazing. I hope that translates into the same type of things that I've been having in your own life. And that's why I think you should get wearechange.shop creatine, available right now with the link down in the description below. Save 10% by subscribing. Can't recommend that enough. Now, a lot of people are trying to make sense of this, madman. I don't think you can. I think there's one way to really understand it, especially with his type of actions, is to see someone who was, as he described, a killer sadist. He also wrote, sponsored by BlackRock. There's a very crazy thing that also transpired with Brandon Herrera. As in his manifesto, he was saying that Brandon Herrera, for president, he said he met Brandon last show, and Brandon is a left-wing, Brandon Herrera obviously is a right-wing congressional candidate. How can you have an endorsement of Brandon Herrera as you literally write on your rifle that you have to, quote, take out the president of the United States, Donald Trump? Which Brandon Herrera is a Republican and a conservative that kind of supports those same ideas as Donald Trump does. People are like, no. And again, you guys are looking too much into the weeds. He took out Catholic children. The guy was evil. But he said in his own manifesto that he had a brief conversation with them, agreed on a lot of things, and that they should vote for Brandon to be president. Now, Brandon Herrera responded to this saying, I will not, nor will I ever say the name of the gutless coward who decided to take the lives of innocent people in Minneapolis today. My heart goes out to the families of those affected, but to the shooter, I have one thing to say in response. F you, burn in hell. And then he responded once again, quote, I'm still physically sickened and angry about this clearly hate-motivated attack on innocent children and disgusted that my name came out of the demon's mouth. I met thousands of people every year at SHOT Show in Las Vegas, in meet and greets and such, but I don't remember this individual at all, nor does anyone I was there with. That being said, I'm happy to answer any questions from law enforcement if this would be helpful. I'm also coordinating with friends in law enforcement to see how my community and I can best support those families affected by this hateful and senseless act here. As of course, I don't think anyone's looking at Brandon Herrera to be responsible here. Some leftist lunatics might, but a lot of people are saying this could all be a type of major event to try to galvanize and have people's self-defensive tools being taken away here. This could be some kind of orchestrated, potentially even MK Ultra style type of attack. And again, I'm not saying this is happening. This is what people are saying online that they hypothetically think is happening here, in order to justify what would be a gun grab. And again, Trump and his AG, Pam Bondi, not the best with the Second Amendment. It's going to be interesting to see their response to all of this. But this is even the kind of talking points that are going around right now on Fox News, as a lot of people on Fox News are afraid to mention the trans element out of all of this. As Mike Cernovich talks about how there's a major, Fox executive that actually has a trans child, and everyone on Fox News is afraid to talk about that specific aspect of this story.
Our system is reactive. Something bad happens, we react to it. And what people are crying for now is, how can we prevent this? How can we stop it? And the only way to stop it is to identify the shooter ahead of time or keep the weapons out of their hands. And so we're going to have a conversation of freedom versus protecting children. I mean,
okay. Freedom or safety? Which one do you want? Freedom, always. What's the question? I don't care. The answer is always freedom. Someone has a car accident, doesn't mean we take away everyone's cars. That doesn't make any sense at all. Now, if this church had an individual that was armed, the response time would have been 0. The bad guys are always going to have guns or swords or trucks. They'll find something. They always will. The only thing that could really stop a bad guy, especially in time, well-trained police officers, a lot of them aren't well-trained, and more importantly, the right of an individual to be able to protect and defend themselves. This Fox News type of argument, what? Are you kidding me? Now? I mean, this is what all of them, this is what all of the leftists and liberals were trying to do. As soon as this happened, they're like, no more thoughts and prayers. It's like they got a freaking script. No more thoughts and prayers. Why are you all saying that now? Why? Because you want to take away our rights to be able to defend ourselves, which is a ridiculous, stupid notion.
how many school shootings does it take before we're going to have a conversation about keeping firearms out? It's always a young white male, almost always.
What? No, not always. You look at those mass shootings, vast majority of them are in Chicago with, quote, urban youth. The youths. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's an inconvenient fact there.
I mean, did anyone this morning think, I wonder if that was a female? Did any of y'all think that? I mean, there's been one school shooting involving a female.
It was in Tennessee.
One. Yeah, Tennessee. But other than that.
That was also pumped up with hormones. Maybe that has something to do with it, as well as SSRIs.
It is usually young white males.
Yeah, okay. Fox News should be ashamed of themselves. Disgusting behavior, pathetic. Fox News is just absolute disgusting boomer slop. Donald Trump should stop watching them. I don't know why the hell he does. As Matt Walsh has decided to say, it's time to have a national conversation about common sense restrictions on transgenders. Listen. Will Chamberlain. Common sense transgender care reform. Listen. There needs to be a conversation about gender dysphoria care reform. If you're gonna say that, is it not fair to bring that up here? Now again, this Brandon Herrera stuff, super weird here. Clearly, this guy also shared a lot of symbols from demonic, satanic, evil type of representations. The guy planned all of this, released all of this because he wanted it to be a public spectacle. He wants people to say his name. He wants people to show his picture. I think we don't do that. That's just my own personal opinion on this particular matter. Now, in other news, because that's what I have to say about this, sandwich throwing man not charged, as a grand jury now is refusing to indict. Sandwich throwing man, a DC grand jury just declined to pursue felony charges against Sean Dunn, a former Department of Justice employee, who in this video is seen throwing a Subway sandwich at a federal agent. Now, you shouldn't throw Subway sandwiches at a federal agent, but now a grand jury is saying, totally fine. Axios is reporting it's probably going to cause a lot of people to open carry Subway sandwiches and throw them. Again, Subway sandwiches, food quality of that went down so much. I used to work at Subway sandwiches. Already, I was kind of shocked at like the low level of like food quality there. Now it's so much worse. It's just, I was like, it's worse than when they put yoga mats. And like, it's worse. Axios, how a grand jury acted as a sword and shield for DC sandwich guy. And of course, this guy's becoming more of a meme. And now, the intrigue behind this is definitely going to be a lot bigger. And it's going to lead to, I think, more sandwich confrontations where the DC grand jury might actually keep acquitting these people. As the Daily Mail has a kind of funny headline here. Pam Bondi gets served cold turkey as grand jury refuses to indict sandwich thrower. Now, she wanted to make an example out of him. Again, luckily no one was harmed. I think this whole thing's ridiculous. No, stop throwing sandwiches and trying to assault and hurt federal agents. Can you stop doing that? That'd be nice. That'd be nice. In other crazy assault news, we have pro wrestler Sicko Stu, who finally woken up and regained consciousness as he's still in the hospital after being attacked by Rampage Jackson's son, Raja Jackson, which some wrestlers and MMA stars are actually defending. As we have literally this lunatic here, Mark Henry, who, I don't know, maybe he just hates white people. He's the one that refused to accept Hulk Hogan's apology. And right now he's blaming the white man for getting nearly beaten to death by Raja Jackson, who still has not yet been charged here. There was another UFC fighter that had a crazy take here on this entire matter again. And again, it's, lots of people got hit in the head pretty hard, and it kind of shows. It's pretty wild and crazy to say now this guy deserves the blame. What are you talking about? Like, this is just absolutely insane here. Luckily, he's doing well. Other people are asking if he has a GoFundMe. He probably does. Everyone has a GoFundMe now. All of this as Cracker Barrel cracked under the pressure as they just brought back their original logo with Uncle Herschel. As people are saying, this is a good start, but Cracker Barrel still has a lot of woke DEI initiatives that I think deserve to be addressed here. Now, will this now finally help people? Well, the food, again, quality of food in America, it's gone down horribly. I was in Europe in the summer. Food's so much better there. It tastes so much better. And you feel so much better. You don't feel like crap. Our food here is so heavily processed, so full of crap. Cracker Barrel just posted this on their social media. We thank our guests for sharing your voices and love for Cracker Barrel. We said we would listen, and we have. Our new logo is going away, and our old timer will remain. At Cracker Barrel, quote, it's always been and always will be about serving up delicious food. I don't know if you could call that anymore. Warm welcomes and the kind of country hospitality that feels like family. As a proud American institution, over 70,000 hardworking employees look forward to welcoming you to the table. as now the share prices, I don't know if they're still going down, but it's pretty clear here. The culture is definitely shifting. It's definitely changing in many different ways. As now, I'm gonna do a special video just about this. I'm gonna do it. Probably in the next video. So subscribe, click the notification. As now we're getting a report that the Pentagon is baffled about 8,000 mysterious UFO orbs are hovering over U.S. military bases. Now is that China? What's going on here? As this is a new report from a platform called Enigma. It's crowdsourced, which says people have reported sightings of identified flying objects, UFOs, with more than 8,000 sightings across the United States between December 2022 and June 2025. I wonder what this is. As I think I know. I'm going to do a separate video about that. Thank you so much for everyone watching and supporting this independent media broadcast and then getting themselves some creatine. Can't recommend it enough. I love this stuff. It's so great. I feel like next level type of human being on this type of stuff. I can't recommend it enough. We are Change.shop. Get it now, all exclusively. Beautiful and amazing human beings. Stay tuned for more, all here exclusively on youtube.com/wearechange.